Hi everybody, long time no see as you might call it. In this video I thought I was going to go over some classical music that has been recently released. With recently I mean within the last year that I truly can recommend. Let's start off with a CD from Chandos. This is Michael Collins clarinet, Drew Mongamba leading the BBC Philharmonic in a recent release about a month ago, which features a lot of Arnold, some works by Arnold. You're getting the Commonwealth Christmas Overture, which is lovely. Concerto number 1 for clarinet and strings. You're getting the Divertimento number 2, the Lark Trees, opus number 3, which is a rather long single movement piece, the Philharmonic Concerto, and the Padstow Lifeboat, which is a march for march band, which here has been arranged for symphony orchestra. As always with Chandos, there's a large depth to the liner notes, which there are on all these releases, I should say, that I'm talking about. So this one here, it's a lovely release from Chandos. If you like British string music and Malcolm Arnold and clarinet concertos, this is not one to miss. Let's see where we were. Also from Chandos, this is called Nemejärvi in Concert. The maestro is featured with two concerts. First, he performs the Overture Polonia by Wagner, then Max Reger's Serenade with the Estonian National Symphony Orchestra. We placed them both wonderfully. The Polonia Overture is grand and splendid, and it's joy to listen to, and the Serenade also. Then it's time to join forces with the State Choir of Latvia for Brahms' Schicksalslied and Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's Ave Verum Corpus. And I don't think I've ever heard a more beautiful rendition of the Ave Verum Corpus and also the Schicksalslied. Lovely, wonderful, also recently released, can be really, really recommended to those who want strong, powerful orchestral music with some choir to it. This is one of those lovely CDs. This is not new creativity for 1 second of it. This is music that you've probably heard thousands of times before, but this is such nice, lovely renditions that I cannot stress how much you should buy this. That's that. Featuring more channels here, we have Altissima, work for high baroque trumpet. It's Josh Cohen who plays on one of these. You see here, high baroque trumpet. If you look to the, and he's joined by Ensemble Sprezzatura under the direction of Daniel Abraham. Excuse my if I pronounce the ensemble wrong. And they are all American musicians, and they perform. And he starts off with a piece for solo trumpet. It's almost like like a fanfare or something like that, and it's lovely. And the rest of them are both concertos and other work for trumpet. And he performs lovely, and I love this early music recording. It is wonderful. It is most wonderful. Ralph Vaughan Williams, more British music now on a CD. We are getting to hear his fantasy on the old 104th Psalm tune, which is written for Philharmonic Orchestra, and it's Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, Hilary Dean Weston conducting. And you're also getting to hear his on the CD. You're also getting to hear the City of London Choir, and there are also Cecilius, Duncan Rydell violin, Abigail Fema viola, and Mark Babington piano. You also get some chamber music like the Piano Quintet in C minor. The Lark's Ending, it's the original version of 1914 for solo violin and piano, and a Romance for violin piano. And I have to tell you, honestly, this is how it looks. It's released on, I think it is called Reconnaissance, the label is Resonance Classics, what's it called? Yeah, Resonance Limited. I have to tell you the truth, I have never been a huge fan of the Lark's Ending. I understand its popularity, and it's a charming, attractive work, but it's not been one of my favorite works, to be honest with you. But this version here, for piano and violin, truly attractive. Like it a lot, and it can be easily recommended. A modern choir composer who is currently in the loop is Galina Georgieva. Toccata Classic has released a CD of her music for male voice choir. It's the Estonian national male choir under the direction of Mikk Yleoja. Once again, producers rate for how I pronounce the conductor's name. And a couple of pieces are also for, two pieces are for choir and cello. And this is lovely, haunting. If you like choir music, you should absolutely get this CD. It's wonderful, and the performance, and like I said, you get the lyrics, and you also get, I should say, on this Vaughan Williams CD, you also get the lyrics. You do. Paper Moon is Elena Papandreou on guitar from Biz, where she performs songs by Manos Hadjidakis in versions for guitar and a newly recorded piece written especially for her by Leo Brouwer. This is very interesting music. I like it a lot. I think it's very soothing and calming. It's also interesting to read the liner notes how these arrangements that were made for her, especially for her, came about. You can't accuse Hyperion of having a lack of tenacity. This is the Romantic Piano Concerto, Volume 85. I have not all of them, nearby 4. I think I have 3 or 4, like before. But these are 3 piano concertos, number 1, number 2, and number 4, so not the complete ones, by Carl Reinecke. Simon Callahan is extraordinary behind the piano in these 3 wonderful romantic concertos. Symphony Orchestra St. Gallen by Modestas Pitrenas, once again, excuse me if I pronounce his name wrong, is conducting the whole thing, and this is lovely. If you like dramatic piano concertos, this is one not to miss. Let's move over to some symphonic music. The Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra under the lead of Jaap van Zweden have released a 10th CD. You're getting 2 10ths. Mahler's 10th Symphony and Shostakovich's 10th. And people who know your Mahler know that Mahler didn't finish his 10th. So this is a version, is a 1910 concert version edited by Wilhelm Mengeberg and Cornelis Dopper. They were asked to do so by Alma Mahler. And this is a world premiere recording of that edition, and Shostakovich 10 has been released many times before. But this is a wonderful CD, and with 81 minutes and 56 seconds, you truly get your value worth for money. Naxos has an attractive price, and this is a wonderful recording listen to, which has been recorded live. More symphony music from Naxos, and more Mahler in this case. Schumann's 4 symphonies were actually reorchestrated by Mahler for large orchestra. Those have been recorded in 2 volumes with the Orff Symphony Orchestra Radio, Orff Vienna Radio Symphony Orchestra. That is the Austrian public broadcasting company. And Marin Alsop directs these 4 symphonies in wonderful versions. I like the originals by Schumann. I can't say anything about it. I like it a lot. But these extended versions are wonderful. I can't stress them enough. If you, however, would like to have the original versions of them, then you should get this CD box. It's the Swedish Chamber Orchestra, previously released material. It's Schumann's, the symphonies, and some overtures on a Super Audio CD box that you get 3 discs for the price of 1. 3 discs at a special price. Lovely and wonderful. Can't enough say that I don't like this. I like it a lot. There's been no shortage of recordings of the complete symphonies of Sibelius. But the new box by Klaus Mäkelä, his debut CD of all kinds on Decca with the Oslo Philharmonic, is astonishing. I mean, I usually tend to shiver away when everybody says this is a great recording. I I understand that sometimes I like a series which everybody else likes, but it feels like something, I'm a person who likes to find my own discoveries. I don't mind music that a lot of people like. I mean, if a CD that I think is great goes to the top list and or if music that I like played a lot, I don't mind. But I thought first, wow, this is, I mean, a young man playing Sibelius. What's about that? But when I listened to the CD, I just, I just shivered of joy. This is wonderful. This is probably, if there's only one of these CDs I would recommend you buying, it's this. This is marvelous. Lovely, wonderful, full of charismaticness. Another CD truly recommended is the Complete Symphonies by Boris Liatushensky. This is Ukrainian State Symphony Orchestra, Theodore Kuchar conducting, and these are 3 previously released CDs that Naxos now have put together in a box. I should say that this is actually interesting, this box here, because this is not previously released, back to Sibelius. This is not previously released material. He is actually during the pandemic recording the whole symphonies and released them in a box. That's also quite a statement. I am a huge fan of Herbert Blomstedt. I've had the privilege of seeing him live once. And 2 new Blomstedt boxes can be truly recommended. This is the Pentatone one, where he does Brahms Complete Symphonies. They have been released individually, which I bought, but then I took the individual releases to my summer house to have them there to listen to. And here I have one of my parents' summer house, but I stayed there a lot. And this is Brahms Complete Symphonies. It's the Gewandhaus Orchestra Leipzig. I'm under Herbert Blomstedt's direction. Wonderful performances, wonderful booklet, can't stress enough. On Accentus Music, they recently released the 9 Symphonies of Bruckner on a 10 CD box. Wonderful music, wonderfully performed also by Gewandhaus Orchestra Leipzig and Herbert Blomstedt. Let's move on to some, and these are not, I believe, previously released, but they were recorded, these symphonies, on various times. So this is not like, and I should say this about this Sibelius box also, that they are of course re-recorded at various times during the pandemic. It didn't stay for 3 days and recorded all symphonies. No. Sir Arnold Bach's Royal Scottish National Orchestra, David Lee Jones, Complete Symphonies and Orchestral Works. A lovely box also on Naxos, which features a lot of interesting music. Can't enough stress how this lovely Bach's box is. It's lovely music by Sir Arnold Bach's, wonderfully performed. Swedish conductor Niklas Wilén in an Alvén box, also previously released CDs. He performs with various symphony orchestras across Europe, both Scottish, Irish, Icelandic and Swedish symphony orchestras. And as a bonus, you're also getting another CD, which he is not involved in, which is called Swedish Classical Favorites, which also feature works by Alvén and others. Let's move on to some chamber music, shall we? BIS has now released a box of 3 previously released Super Audio CDs with the string quartets by William Stenhammar, formed by the Stenhammar Quartet. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. If you like chamber music and Swedish string quartets, this is not to be missed. This is from the romantic side of everything, and I can't stress enough how much I like it. And finally, a master project, you might think. A couple of French chamber musicians decided to record Brahms' complete chamber music. It has been released on individual releases, but this is the complete box. It looks like this. And this box has one major disadvantage, but in the end it is a true winner. It features wonderful performances, and you get to, the booklets are mostly in French, which is a shame. And also in each individual releases, you are not getting to learn who plays what. Well, it does state who plays what, like for instance, these are the violin players on this CD. But if there is both work from multiple violins and one where there's only one violinist, you don't get to know on the work with one violinist who the violinist does perform that works. You can't actually see for the individual work who is actually the performer. But these are from, piano and violin to piano and clarinet to larger works. This is wonderful. This is a truly gem of a box. This is one of the best chamber music boxes I've seen in recent times. It was released about a year ago, and I think it's still wonderful. You get to hear so many lovely music that this is truly how chamber music should sound when it is at its best. So these are a couple of recent classical releases in the last year that I truly can recommend to any lover of classical music. So please check them out and thank you for watching.